So I have a new figure here, and this is Veronica Sweetheart from Figma. And this character is based on a series of art books by a author and artist, and forgive my pronunciation name, Nader Takamine, who is Japanese. And I found them on eBay. Or I've seen them on eBay. I might actually pick them up. I don't own any of them, but I've seen a bunch of pictures of the interiors. Basically, it looks like what he did was he would draw these characters and then give them some kind of a backstory or something, just in text. I can't read Japanese, so I can't really know exactly what it's saying in there. The most popular character by far, or the most, for whatever reason, is Sophia F. Shearing. And so there are a lot of different figures. Figma has done a handful. It's done figures and models. So a model, for those who don't know, a figure is kind of like this. This is a figure. A figure is fully complete, whereas a model is something you put together. It is. I don't own any models, but I guess they are lighter plastic and generally cheaper than the figures. But they're pretty neat. I might think about getting some of these books. They're not that expensive on eBay to get them. They were published, I believe, in 2023, so I'll think about it. But generally, what these figures are trying to do is duplicate what you see in those images in the books, and there are also a lot of statues related to these characters. And again, those statues appear to be trying to duplicate the images in that book. So this is a fully articulated figure. It's clearly a fantasy design, fantasy in the suit and fantasy in the appearance of the character. And so we'll get kind of a look in here. Again, it is fully articulated, but it's so detailed that it's kind of hard to show. And this is probably the hardest one. These figures, I'm going to show a couple other figures from this series. They all need to be on a stand because they won't stand on their own. It's just, and I'm not going to blame Figma because it's just the nature of how these characters are put together. So we'll get in there and take a look. Really neat usage of colors and different materials. I mean, they're all plastic, but we've got some translucent materials. It's a really neat face. I like this one. I think it looks very, very appealing on a shelf. If you saw the picture, you can look this character up online. I don't know how many images there are in the art book related to this character. It might be just one, but I will show in just a second what the picture is that it's based. Well, I'm not going to show the drawing because I don't really have it available to me. You can look it up if you want. But I kind of tried to reproduce it a little bit. In the picture, her hand is open and her neck is turned more. But because of the nature of this, it's really hard to reproduce. So her hair is on a hinge, but it's really difficult to turn her because her hair kind of butts into this. So this translucent plastic pegs into another piece. So there is a black piece in here that it pegs into, and then that black piece also has another black piece that pegs into it, and that's what holds her. I guess that's a sword. I think it's a big sword. I'll show a little bit of articulation. So yeah, I mean, she can obviously fully posable. Okay. Her ears kind of move around. You can remove the stuff. She's got these daggers that I kind of stuck on here. So they got that black piece in there has some pegs in there, and then you can put those in there. Put the daggers in there, and the daggers will actually, if I can, so the blade comes off, and I'll show some of the other things that go with it. She's got, first of all, she's got 3 different alternate faces. Okay, got the angry face and the quizzical face. And so basically, and I didn't do it, but I'm sure that what you do is you pull the front of the hair off and then pull her face off and put the alternate face in. She's got two axes. Let me move her off. Two axes. And then you can actually, the reason I pulled that blade off is because you could put the blade into the axe. And you can see the little hole there, and so the hole could peg into, or this little stem there. But there's just not a lot of room. It's all butting up against each other, so it's very difficult. The instructions are all in Japanese, so I mean, you don't really necessarily need, but I don't know quite what, like this eye down here, or one, I guess it's one. No, that is an eye. I can't read what it is, so I don't know. But it goes through and it shows how to put it all together. You can put it together in different ways, depending on what you want to do, how you want to pose her. She's got different hands. Okay, and then you got another little stem here in case, I guess in case her wrist stem breaks. And for whatever reason, they put the couple other hands separately. So she's got gripping hands, can grip her weapon. I don't know what this is. It looks kind of like a small crossbow or something. I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else, but I don't really go through the instructions well enough to figure that out. But like I said, she's got hands so that she can grip these, hold the axe in her hand. I don't think I'm going to do that. So we'll put this back on here. So if you're, these are definitely for multiple reasons not really appropriate for children. For one thing, any child would probably break it. And it for play. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Figma puts like an age recommend. Oh no, it does say 15 and above, which, if a 15-year-old wants to like just put it on the shelf, it's pretty neat though. I mean, they look really, really nice on the shelf. So let me show a couple other. So both of these other ones I have are Sophia F. Shearing. So this one again, the figure will not stand on its own. Sometimes that bothers me. In this case, it doesn't really bother me. So she's kind of hovering in the air. This is, I think, it's supposed to be like futuristic, I believe. And then I have one more, Sophia F. Shearing. This one I particularly like. It's a really neat one. So all together, they look pretty neat. I have another Sophia F. Shearing. This is a swimsuit one that's pre-ordered, and then we have another one called Silva Berline that they're also coming out with. This figure here of Veronica Sweetheart is actually a reissue. So a lot of these, Figma is continuing to reissue them. So I think they're very popular. And given the number of statues related to the bunny suit planning, it's clearly very popular, at least in Japan, because there are a ton. I don't own any of these statues, but they're quite a bit more expensive. This figure was probably about it was over $100. I know that, which is quite a bit to pay. Here's the box. And this, if I could just show it in there, this is the picture. This isn't the drawing. This is their attempt to kind of recreate the picture, but looking over her left shoulder, reaching around for her blade. That's kind of the picture the pose that it's based on. And then we got some more, and then some different poses that she can do. I give these. I mean, Figma, it just has a really high level of quality. Now, I will say one thing about the figure that does bother me. The right in here, in her like hip, I guess, like movement, it's rather loose. And I'm not going to pull this off to show it, but it's kind of wobbly, and it has difficulty holding its position. So here it's not a problem, but I wish that this area in here were not so loose. So it's a pretty neat figure, though. I think that just sitting on a shelf, that looks, I think, really lovely. We'll get in here again. Just a very clean and a beautiful reproduction of the artwork that was done. So that is Veronica, Sweetheart. This is product number 625 from Figma. They put numbers to all their figures, so this is 625. Pretty neat figure. So if you like bunny suit planning or just attractive figures, this might be something for you.